welcome back to another how to hybrid in Photoshop tutorial. I've been asked how I edit my photos and also how I print my photos. Excuse me. So I'm going to show you real quick my editing steps and also what I do to print my photos. Okay, I'd say let's start with the photo editing. I usually start, by picking a photo, and I'm gonna do that by just grabbing, let's see, let's do this one since this has a nice background. I've made a lot of Photoshop actions for steps that I need to do over and over again, like flipping the photo, as I usually take project photos horizontal. Yeah, so there's my photo, which I just flipped to the left, and then I go to filter and camera raw filter, and that's where I usually do all of my editing. As you can see, there's some shadow over here on the left side, and so I usually start with the white balance, and I start with the eyedropper here, and then I just go onto my photo and choose a white spot. That could be the white on the inside of an eye, or it could be anything white on your photo. When I do project photos, I usually take I put the eyedropper on my background. When I edit photos this way, I see if there's an eye and use the whites of the eye to get the white balance. And I just clicked onto my photo here, and it changed the temperature as well as the tint, and I don't know, for my liking, I just think it's a little bit too cold, so I want to make it a little bit warmer, just a little bit, taking it back to 0. And then let's see what we can do with the tint, which is at +11 right now. Yeah, that makes it all green, and that makes it pinkish. So I guess I'm good with going down to +9 in this case. Next up, I set up the exposure to 50, and I do that all the time. Next, I switch the contrast, hold on, to -10. Sometimes I even put it up to -20, just play around with the numbers there. And the highlights I put at +10. And then I go all the way down to clarity, +23, and vibrance, +13. The highlights, clarity, and vibrance numbers I got from a workshop by Jessica Sprague, sorry if I got the name wrong, about 1,000,000 years ago. So I've been working with these settings ever since. And then I just click OK. And if I have pictures or photos that I've taken like in a row, like this detailed photo right here, flipping it to the left, I would just go into filter and use the last filter for camera raw. So it uses the same settings that I just worked on with this photo and copies them to the next photo. So your photos should all look the same. Next up, I need to make sure what it's called. Yeah, I like to use the curves on my photo again, just to make it lighter, and you can just move things up here and you can see what's happening here. I usually just let's see, delete the layer curves one, yes please. Let's do this again. So I just like to go into the middle and just raise that bar a little bit, and you can already see what is happening there. So just a small curve and you're good to go. And I would also do the same to the next photo. There's also a shortcut for that. Let me see, it's mode adjustments. It's, you know, the whatever it is on a Mac. Like, I don't have a Mac keyboard. I just go with Option and M. That works for me. If you have a Mac, you know, you have the, I think it's the Command M sign, and for a Windows, I think it's Win and an M. Just play around with it. I just have these steps inside of me. Like, you could wake me up and tell me to add curves to a photo and I'd be good. So there you go. Just putting a little curve right there. And next up, I would use the dodge tool to just add some highlights here and there. Like, there's still some darkness here on the left top corner, so I'm just need to rasterize that first, or just merge down. There you go. And you can see I'm just brightening everything, and sometimes I just go over the photo as well. And then there's like some spots here, like this one right there. There's also one at the bottom here, and there's a little piece of, I don't know what it is. So what I like to do is just remove these. Like, I'm using the spot healing brush tool, and I just need to click on it, you know, just yeah, I would need to change the brush size here for that, and I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There you go. See, it's gone. Okay, so next up, now that my photo is edited, I'm fine with it. I have a PSD file for my printing, and I think I've shown this in another tutorial, and I have all kinds of different templates for a 4x6 photo. Like, I can print 4x4, I can print photo collages with 6 photos, with 3 photos. I can print my 3x4 photos on a 4x6 sheet, and of course full 4x6 photos. So, and in addition, I have a template if I want to print photos outside of the page protector in a 6x8 album. There you go. What is this? Oh, just some text that I can delete out of here. So sometimes I want to use like a different size on a 6x8 layout. Then I just use this template to create, like, for example, if I just want to print a photo like this, I just add a little rectangle, I add a rectangle, and this way I just know how big or small I can go and if it fits on my layout. I also have the holes right there, so I know that, you know, if I add, for example, 3 of these, I have space left or not. As you can see here, I could easily print photos in that size now. and then I just would grab my photo and I would put it on top here and create a clipping mask, and then make it so it fits into my rectangle there. So and I could get all different kinds of photos there now. Let's grab this as well. This still needs the dodge tool, right? So I'm just touching it a little bit, and I don't need any spot healing right here. Not really. Sometimes when I take pictures of my project, I see that there's like a cat hair or something on the layout or on the table, you know, on the background. So I need to fix that because, you know, I don't want to share photos with cat hair on it. It's like, no way. So I just wanted to drag this onto my 6x8 layout and just move it to the second layer. So zooming in again. So for my 4x4 photo, I'm just gonna throw this in just so that you know what I do here. I'm also, that layer's not on, there it is now, creating a clipping mask, and then I'm just making sure it fits my template here, and then I go to printing. I use an Epson XP900, and for my, currently my Project Life photos are with a white border, which you can see right here, and also you can just simply print borderless by changing the setting, and there you go, it's without a border. I'm just going to switch that back, and then I would print my photo on my Epson. I also use this template for any typing, as you've just seen here. Let me just go back. Dun, dun, cancel. Just pushing the wrong buttons here. And there you go. So there's this text layer here. So then whenever I want to put or need journaling in the size of a 6x8, or, you know, outside of the page protector, that's 7x8.25 inches, then I use this template as well for my journaling. And then, but for printing on paper, I use my Canon, what is it? It's a Canon TS5050. I think it's already 4 or 5 years old, but with paper it works like a charm. Like, I never got the same photo printing results with my Canon than I get with my Epson now. And I think I've had my Epson for 3 years now. I think I got it myself as a Christmas present 3 years ago, because I wanted to print bigger and at home, and I love it. And I also don't use original inks, but I use the original Epson photo paper, and I love to use, that's my cat. What is it, kitty? Oh, I know. I use the, I think it's the premium semi-gloss photo paper, something like that. It's semi-gloss, it's not glossy. I would have to check that, and I think I have my photo papers linked in the description below. So they come in, I think, 3 different sizes: 4x6, A4, and A3. And like I said, I love the semi-gloss. Yeah. So that's about it. That's a short little tutorial on how I edit my photos and how I edit my how I not edit my photo printing, but how I prepare my photos for printing. Like, I work with Photoshop exclusively. I love working with templates for things that I'm doing over and over again. Also, it's pretty helpful to create actions in Photoshop for certain steps that you're doing over and over again. Like I said, I usually take my photos horizontally. Yeah. So I need to flip them, or rotate them, right? And I just made an action for that because I don't want to go into the tabs up here into image rotation and then click whatever it is, 90 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise. So a simple action, and even, you know, if I held my phone upside down, then I would just have to, you know, press play and play and play and have it rotate until I have it in the position. But it's just much faster than going into the tabs menu, image rotation, and so on. Yeah, because you would have to do that over and over again. I also have, let's see, I have actions for like for black and white, for resizing, for my blog, also for sharpening. Some of these are bought because I don't always know what to do. I also have, oh, this one is really all, I got this ages ago. It's an action which has the ability to save the file to whatever format you need, PNG, JPEG, PSD, or even PNG. So that's also something that makes editing photos so much faster, as if you have actions for even the simplest things like saving your photo to your desktop or whatever folder you're going to put your photos in. So if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I hope this tutorial helped to give you a little insight on how I work when I print my photos, and hopefully it was helpful to you. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.